Kiev, there was a ceremony to mark a year of sacrifice, loss and survival. There were medals for serving soldiers, the injured, and for the families of those who have fallen. President Volodymyr Zelensky said February the 24th last year had been the country's longest day, but vowed this year would be a year of victory, as long as allies delivered on their pledges of support.
If partners respect all their promises and deadlines, and not just blah, 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 and I believe they won't, I think we are strong partners, and there is proof of that. If we can all do our important homework, we will inevitably win.
Also in Kiev on Friday, the Polish Prime Minister, Mateusz Morawiecki. He later confirmed the handover of these 4 German-made Leopard tanks, the first to arrive in Ukraine and pictured at an undisclosed location near Kiev. The G7 held a virtual meeting to reaffirm their support, with new sanctions and pledges of more financial aid. Their final statement warned countries not to break international sanctions by supporting Russia's war effort. The Chinese government published a working paper on how best to restore peace. Ukraine cautiously welcomed Beijing's involvement, but the US and others expressed their skepticism over China's close relations with Russia and warned against the dangers of temporary ceasefires.
Council members should not be fooled by calls for a temporary or unconditional ceasefire. Russia will use any pause in fighting to consolidate control over the territory it's illegally seized and replenish its forces for further attacks.
EU and NATO leaders were in Estonia as it celebrated its Independence Day. There was condemnation of Russia and a commitment to continue supporting Ukraine.
We must keep giving Ukraine the means to defend itself until the Russians end this war and leave Ukraine.
A year into this war, Ukraine's allies remain determined to maintain their support for its war effort. But there is also a growing awareness that hopes for a swift Ukrainian victory have faded, and that this time next year, the conflict may still be raging. Simon McGregor-Wood, TRT World.